Hello everyone. Myself Prachi Verinikar, Assistant Professor, Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sanklim, Goa. This session is for the students of Bachelor of Science first year. The subject is Botany Generic Elective for the semester 1 students. Paper code includes BOG 101. Paper title is Environmental Biotechnology. Title of the unit is Xenobiotic Compounds. Module name is Surfactants. Module number is 23. In this module, we are going to study about the structure, types, and properties of surfactants. We are also going to study about the role of surfactants in plants' life and its advantages and disadvantages. At the end of the module, you will be able to understand the structure of surfactants, its types and properties. You will be able to describe its role in plant life. You will be able to explain the advantages and disadvantages. The surfactants which are present in the pesticides basically helps the plants to absorb and adsorb the pesticides properly. Surfactants are compounds that lower the surface tension between two liquids or between gas and a liquid or between liquid and solid. Surfactants increases the light absorbing characteristic of certain pesticides by generally shifting the absorption band to low energy. Moving on to the structure of surfactants. Surfactants are usually organic compounds that are amphiphilic. That means they have both a water-insoluble component and a water-soluble component. The diagram which is shown here has two parts, that is a head and a tail. The head is usually hydrophilic, that means it has the ability to attract towards the water, and the tail is usually hydrophobic, that means it will be repelling the water. Micelles. Surfactants will usually diffuse in water and it also have the ability to absorb at interfaces between air and water and also at interfaces between oil and water when oil is completely dissolved in the water. When there are sufficient amount of surfactant molecules present in a solution, they combine together to form a structure called micelles. Micelles are usually spherical in structure wherein all the molecules of the surfactants comes together. They will be closely attached to each other and they will be forming a ball-like structure wherein the head, that is the hydrophilic head, will be towards the aqueous solution and hydrophobic tail will be inside. These are the types of surfactants which includes the first one is non-ionic surfactants. They are usually neutral in charges. That means they neither have a positive charge nor a negative charge. This makes this type of surfactants very much popular because of its neutral charge. That means it helps the chemical to mix up with the surfactant very easily without creating any chemical reaction. The second one is methylated seed oils, that is also called as MSOs. They help penetrate waxy cuticle and reduce the evaporation of a product. MSOs are usually soy-based and they have to go through methylation process to become a surfactant. The next is oil concentrates. The oil helps the surfactant interact and mix with certain chemicals. Examples of oils used in the surfactants are paraffinic oil or orange oil. The fourth one is built-in surfactants. Many products formulated to be used on plants like herbicides will include a surfactant in their bottle. That means there is no need of additionally purchasing or adding the surfactants into the pesticides for its use. Moving on to the properties of surfactants, the first one is they help the cleaning solution to fully wet the surface which is to be cleaned. They clean the greasy, oily, protein and carbohydrate-based stains. They are instrumental in removing the dirt. That means once the dirt from a particular surface is removed by the surfactants, they They further do not allow they further do not allow the dirt to again settle back onto that particular surface. Next is the role of surfactants in plants. It allows the plant leaf surface to absorb the pesticide. It also increases the effect and the durability of the pesticides. Saponins. Saponin is one of the components which is naturally obtained and that is used for the production of surfactants. Saponins are phytochemicals which can be found in most vegetables, beans and herbs. Due to the presence of a lipid-soluble glycon and water-soluble sugar chain, it shows amphiphilic nature. Now here, lipid-soluble glycon is usually hydrophobic in nature and water-soluble sugar chain is hydrophilic in nature. Saponins show the unique properties of foaming and emulsifying agents. They usually protect the plant against the microbes and fungi. Saponins are often bitter to taste and can reduce the plant palatability. Some saponins are toxic to cold-blooded organisms and insects at particular concentration. Moving on to the advantages of it, surfactants help the pesticide to retain on the surface of the plants. That means they help the pesticides to That means they usually remove out the waxy cuticle and allow the pesticides to move into the body of the plants and ultimately leading to increase in the productivity of the crops, killing the pests. The second one is natural surfactants can be water soluble. The third is they can also be broken down by living organisms into non-toxic products. That means there are certain surfactants which are non-toxic once they are broken down by living organisms. Even if they are added into some ecosystems, they won't be harming any organisms present in that ecosystem. Moving on to the disadvantages of it, surfactants can move into water bodies through surface runoff, causing death of some fishes. That means there are certain surfactants which ultimately cannot be broken down into non-toxic forms and they will lead to the death of some of the aquatic organisms present in the aquatic ecosystems. They also affect the food chain. That means biomagnification will take place. That is, when primary producers are consuming the surfactants, they will continuously keep on increasing as the level of the food chain increases. Products from degradation of surfactants have been known to cause cancer and reproduction problems in humans. These are the references. Thank you.